Welcome back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. We are still coming off the fiery comet that is the Ethereum ETF, and we're waiting to see when it's actually going to come out, friends. This is the total crypto market cap, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's still hovering around here. You see this little green pop of justice. This is a weekly green candle, friends. It was very, very important for us to kind of continue that friendship because there's this giant downwards triangle that everybody had been drawing. And they're waiting to see how this concludes. It's pretty much this triangle, and then we start to move up. That's pretty much what you want to see if you're one of those technical analysis TA people. And of course, friends, all the spotlight is now going to be on Ethereum, which is very obvious to us. But apparently, the whole industry, for some reason, thought this Ethereum ETF was never going to come, which is kind of just crazy to me. They really didn't think it's come. Just to let you know, friends, as well, I see a lot of comments out there. Yeah, the PulseChain price performance has been absolutely shocking, horror, pathetic. But even then, we literally watched on chain Ricardo Corazon. He rotated the sacrifice money into PulseChain, PulseX, PHEX, and Inc. So you saw it happen. That's why there's still people, a lot of people who have concluded that the sacrifice funds will never rotate their money in. And I'm just thinking, like, are you crazy? You're watching the same stuff I am, but it is what it is. I guess what it is basically when red candles are here, people get irrational. They have the irrational fear. They get despondent. They get apathy. And they just get numb to it. Just like, you know what? This is not going to work. Just because of the red candles, okay? So that's why you always got to be forward thinking. You can't invest based off today, baby dolls. You always have to invest based off what you think the world is going to be in 12 months from now. I also, friends, want to give a special shout out to Mr. NuclearHerbs. Mr. NuclearHerbs, friends, was basically running... I think it was just, I forgot what he was doing one day, and something really, really wrong happened with him. And it turns out that he was literally one weekend away from passing away. So he used to be an Iron Man, which is like one of those, like your super, triathlon type, the swimming and the running guys. Yes, and basically his body, because he'd been training so hard for so long as an Iron Man for those challenges, his body learned how to be efficient. It's kind of amazing. It learned that if it's losing blood in one area, it starts to basically like store the blood in another area in the body, which is kind of insane, like throughout his leg. And basically his leg, I think, got clumpy. So they've just basically taken out blood from here and they basically rescued him. So we're all wishing him well. It's just kind of crazy how the human body works, friends. So yes, look after your loved ones and especially us, because it's going to be a very rough ride in this bull market, friends. I'm telling you now, I can feel it. I can feel that the prices are going to be good. The trajectory is going to be good, but the news is going to be tough. I just have a feeling that the news is going to be tough. But however, if you ignore the news and you just look at the chart, everything's going to look fine. The chart, I can just see this in the future. I'm going to be drawing charts. And I'm like, man, a candle of this size does not justify everyone losing their mind. Like, you're just going to see that time and time again. Now, as we continue, baby dolls, right? Bitcoin 69K, Ethereum 3750, and the ETH BTC 0.054. It still is poopy zone, friends. This ETH BTC, it is considered racist. Now, of course, there are different levels of racism. 0.054. I'm going to read it out to you. And, okay, so this is the picture we're enjoying, okay? So, pretty much, all right, now, Ethereum, friends, it's doing great now. Okay, sweet. You got to get above $5,000. There's no excuses at this point. Pretty much Vitalik's brain can barely fit in his head. All right, he's a 4,000 IQ alien. And as well, friends, it's really important to do this basically fundamental analysis. All right, so 7.2 years for Ethereum as well. Think how tough that is, by the way. Tough. Ethereum is positive cash flow, friends. Ethereum crushes Bitcoin in terms of money coming in to use for gas payments and stuff. Actually, real dollars coming in. It's nuts. All right, so if it goes above 0.058, which I'll show you on the chart, if it goes above, here it is right now, see around here, and it flips green on the weekly super trend, Ethereum will be just slightly less racist. So it's still going to be racist, but it's not going to be as fully racist as it is right now, okay? So that type of racism, you're just racist at family barbecues if you're there, okay? So you can't, you're not a full-blown racist. You just, you kind of like smirk at stuff here and there. You kind of shouldn't. When other family members say stuff, okay, man, that's a bit, you're not allowed to say that stuff. You know what I mean? So that would be around here, friends. Now, the racism ends. This slightly racist at family barbecues, okay, friends? This at 0.08 and above, if we can get back here, okay, sweet. You now get promoted again. So you're not just racist at family barbecues. Around there, you're kind of racist just because you laugh at a slightly racist meme on your phone when no one's watching. It's one of the ones that appear on Twitter where you just see like heaps of them and you kind of like look at it, but no one's looking, no one's around you. So like you're allowed to laugh at that. You know what I mean? No one's watching you. Okay, so that would be about 0.08 to about 0.10. Okay, but remember, it's not the flippening. Okay. The only way for Ethereum to not be racist at all anymore is an actual flippening. If you want to know how far the flippening is, friends, it is, I mean, it looks long on this chart up here. It's all the way up here. Let's change it to a log chart just so you get a full picture of it, okay? Now, log chart, friends, the log chart hides so much of the how much far it needs to go. Look, it almost was a flippening in 2017, okay? So it would stop being racist above here, and we might actually see at that point one gargantuan size alt season. So yeah, even bigger than the one that we're going to have now, because that will probably inspire so many people to dream that their shitcoin can now flip Bitcoin. And they don't need to. It's just the act of speculation that's enough to do it. And we might also find that, I mean, I hope this happens. I hope altcoins disconnect from Bitcoin for like this 3-month period. You make a lot of money. And then basically, once the buyers run out, they realize, oh, what actually makes Bitcoin is the constituent of the sticky holders who've been there. But that's they only have this realization after they bought everything, got crushed, and they realize everything goes down in that next bear market. Okay, so this is all playing for a Bitcoin flipping. You don't need it to, though. We don't need it to flip this cycle. We don't need it at all. Remember, Ethereum's in its 3rd cycle curse. Maybe the next one it finally does, okay? And we do need sharting, friends. The sharting is when basically, you know, they get to increase the transactions. Because right now, right, look, Ethereum, friends, they never compromise on the decentralization for the layer 2 thing. But the layer 2 thing's been a freaking joke, because what ends up happening is Vitalik's idea of layer 2 is, okay, you're all decentralized and everything's great. That's not what happens in reality. What happens in reality is there's VCs, insiders, grifters, there's pencil necks, there's virgins, people with rounded elbows, and brown leather shoe wearers on Saturday mornings for non-formal events before midday. All these types of people are hanging around and they're just, yes, give us all the useless governance token for ourselves. That's what ends up happening. They end up dumping on everybody, okay? I've got evidence to show you in another video, so maybe I'll get through it here today. So, moving on, friends, though. Tether printed 1 billion USDT. That's pretty much all you need to know, okay? Tether, you're still printing? Sweet. Because that means there's a lot of new money coming in outside the world. They have to fit up the inventory, and that's amazing. Also, friends, the breaking news of today was Donald Trump has accepted crypto. Now, people obviously say, well, firstly, accepting crypto is bearish because that means you auto dump, okay? It's also kind of a bearish issue. It's kind of like, oh, your late stage adoption, you're so accepted as stuff, you know what I mean? But it's more, friends, it's for the normies, you see? Because the normies, friends, when they see information like this, they think, oh, crypto has a use case, but they got no idea about memes. They got no idea why things go up. They're just looking at this type of stuff thinking like, oh, wow, it has a use case. It's just not going to zero. And here we are right now. This is what it looks like, friends. This is Donald Trump right here, okay, accepting crypto. So the ones he's accepting, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Soy, which is Solana, Doge, XRP, SHIB, USDC, and I think the Frax, maybe the stablecoin. I think that's the logo here and there. So it's kind of funny. That's pretty much what's been happening. But that's what you want. We want this like, yes, we're not a scam. Join. Wait till they see these things that start flying, man. Friends, people still are in disbelief. Like, people are in disbelief that the PulseChain altcoins are doing 100x, 20x, 10x, triples and doubles. Like, oh, it's all meant to be a scam chain. Imagine all these normies when they're used to just 7% every year. What's going to happen to their minds? This is the news as well when Tether, friends, Tether minting 1 billion USDT. Whenever you see this, friends, this is bull market stuff. As long as they keep minting and printing, that's exactly what we're here for. Also, baby dolls, it's very obvious, right? Joe Biden's political team here. So Joe Biden's political team, they have got their feet stamped on the throat of crypto participants. That's pretty much what's been happening. And they've slightly released their foot off just for some late votes. That's all they're doing, okay? So the corrupt chairman, Gary Gensler, right, he still wants staking banned, just to let you know, because there's been some spot ETF applications, okay? They basically gotten the hint, remove staking from your application. Don't include that in your spot. Just do spot buying. Don't put the staking, because they're all scum, friends. So here are our demands. Give us $10,000 ETH. Give us $800 swap fees. Give us just one HD video of a UFO this year. Here I am as a DickWifButt. Of course, friends, this is amazing to see. I reckon we're going to get one. I reckon they're going to start leaking one high def video just to distract everybody. And then I'll be making all these videos like, wow, what a conveniently timed release from the CI you know, the Kia and the Phoebe. Wow, that's just, you guys just discovered this video, even though it's from like 2004. Oh, wow. Also, check this out, friends. This is pretty funny. Orange Man Good. Look at this cute picture. I don't know why I just laughed at this. He looks like a just full-on sausage. When I become president, I declare a green candle policy. So, you want to see some cranky G action with that as well, friends. Look, man, the Tang Gang, you guys are on fire. On fire, friends. This is Orange Man Good. It's still 1.9 million market cap. Don't forget, the Trump coin hit almost half a billion market cap, 500 million. And man, if we're like gonna get heated up and there's gonna be more memes and all this stuff firing up, I mean, like, why can't the Trump coin hit like 2 billion? I don't know. You know what I mean? If that hits 2 billion, friends, oh man, that's just nuts. And then, like, if the Orange Man Good, if people go, you know what, we're happy to just take it like 1% of whatever the spear is. 1%. Doesn't have to be 5%. Derivatives, friends, derivatives can usually get to about 5 to 10%, right? That's what they can get to. 5 to 10% of the spear. But even then, man, that's huge. If it does another 10, I don't know. These things are wild. Obviously, only on PulseChain. There's ASA, friends. There's Trump coin. There's other coins on PulseChain as well, which are probably going to be PolitiFi themes. Because what you'll notice, friends, it's like different cities, okay? Like, for example, in Australia, in America, or Europe, when something popular happens around the world, the culture kind of like spreads to that city as well. And sometimes they have a different flavor, different flair. So that's pretty much what we're seeing, right? That's why it's been my theory out here, friends. Remember, I'm here writing the book here for you, telling you, yeah, crypto, it's just getting culture and stamping it on the blockchain, and we're using digital marketing and everything we can in our power to make them more relevant over time. Now, friends, I've got to play some nice gentle pump music just to appreciate all of these. And spin the helicopter hat. Now, there's another, you all know pDAI, right? Our lovely pDAI that went up 5,000x on PulseChain, and the pDAI $1. Now, LUSD, okay, so the liquid USD, it did like a 40x pump. It's still 10 million market cap. I think it's dropped down from this post, friends. So it's probably like down to 7 million, probably doing some retracements. You're gonna have to do the digging on it yourself. Can it peg? There was like, I think it was 13 trillion minted, so it's got like lots of zeros in it. Don't know about the $1 peg, friends. It's just like, the way you kind of think about it is, look, and I do have some, but like, if you think about pDAI success later on, and the mystery of pDAI and people dreaming about it, there could be demand for people to punt on this. That's pretty much what it comes down to. And yes, friends, there are people working in the background. I've heard they've stopped the inflation bug, or I read some stories that there even wasn't one. I'm not really sure, friends. There's so many pieces of information to come out here. All you need to know is this price chart. That's it. There's a big fat vertical spike. You can do some research on it as well. Don't FOMO buy anything, but I guess it would be, friends, a leverage play on pDAI, right? There's also Die Hard, which is also another play on that. So it's kind of, friends, I'm telling you right now, pDAI is a unicorn. Think about it. Firstly, like, they're not minting these copies, but they're just, people are buying derivatives of pDAI, and now you have like a pDAI derivative Die Hard, the meme, as a reflection token on it, like just showing you pDAI's success is it's becoming its unicorn status pretty much already. Just show you, friends, just like Pepe. We have official Landwolf, we have the Pepe Boys Club, you see what I mean? So the idea, that's what happens with these successful things, friends, you know? Speaking of Landwolf as well, friends, I'm just watching. There's been a lot of Jeets. I don't know what these Jeets are doing. Look at this. I went through just quickly these transactions. Look at this big guy, sold 12K, but look at his wallet. He bought $47,000 worth. He sold 32,000. So he is unrealized 20K. So, man, it's just these people are Jeets. You guys are... These Jeets, I'm just like, man, really, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. You can't fight the market. These people like, I don't want to lose my money. See, friends, I have no belief. That's why, look, I'm just telling you now, any coin that you hold or I hold, anything else, I'm telling you, friends, if you are nervous a bit here and there, cut half your position. If it's up 2x or 3x and you don't know what to do, just cut out half, man. Cut out half so you can sleep at night and stop bugging everybody else, because you end up becoming like the GDG later on as well. So here is as well DickWifButt, friends. DickWifButt still lovely to be cranking here. 8.7 million markup, still has the upwards chart to the right. The most important part, of course, is just the pulse ratio. Look at this, man. Look, friends, look at this, man. Just, you know, a lot of people say to me, why do you update us on this so much? Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because if this chart did this and it was bleeding down over time, I would get an enormous amount of hate, the pitchforks come out and everyone would say, look at this, another grifter, another scam, blah, 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 over and over. That's what I will be getting accused of. I'm telling you, no. You're going to sit in this. You're going to revel in its glory, the fact that it's gaining against Pulse like this. Tangang, strength, fence. We do the hard work research. These are sticky memes. Because think about it, man. If anybody was here just to extract value, fence. If I was here just to extract value, then there's like, hey, there's a new coin every day. You could just keep extracting value. I don't do that. Why do I stick to one? Think about it. Why do I stick to one? It's because I know, friends. I can feel it. These things are sticky. They have staying power. They have big potential. Some nice sea change for PulseChain as well, friends. There's a bit of green for the past 24 hours. 13, 20%, 21%. It's funny, Ink is actually the coin that's up the most. But yeah, I mean, like, we're not really kidding ourselves because we know, like, at the end of the day, if you go back and you just change it. So here it is right now, friends. If you change it past 24 hours, okay, just ticked over because, okay, X is down 7% now for the 24-hour mark. Okay, so you can pretty much see this, friends. The 90 days is what matters most. You can see, by the way, for 90 days, incentive token is down the least as well. And it's up the most from the all-time. Just tell me, that's it. Friends, you don't need a use case, man. The community is the use case. That's pretty much what it comes down to. The community is the asset. Now, baby dolls, I want to remind you of just how risky crypto is because the new people, see, friends, you've been with me a long time, okay? And you can talk to people. They're like, oh, yeah, I've checked him out. He has a very straight posture. He does enjoy 1, 3, or 5 ice cubes. And he's got the sharpest elbows in the eastern and western hemisphere of this earth. Okay, we can confirm that. But for new people coming in, man, they don't know. They just go for the guy. Oh, okay, you've got over 100,000 followers, or you got 300k people, or you've been around for 5 to 7 years. So they think, okay, everything that comes out of this guy's mouth is great. They might say, you know, and they don't know that. Oh my gosh, look at the incentives, man. They're shilling you coins at 1.8 billion market cap because they got given insider allocation tokens and they're on side heaps already. You don't know that. You don't know that the team has allocated extra tokens for them. Like, for example, friends, I recently made my lottery ticket video on BD and BCAT, which is right here. Okay, made this post here, friends, BD and BCAT. And even in here, okay, so Mr. B Roots. So shout out to Mr. B Roots and Ian for covering these two. They cover many coins. These are the ones I've handpicked. Okay, so there's others as well. But Mr. B Roots, he admits on stream, he says, I got given tokens from the BD team. I got given tokens. But just to add, he says, I already owned it. And he basically, friends, I guess he approached the team or whoever they are. He goes, listen, man, let's cut you a deal because I'm going to be covering you guys anyway. I'm giving you guys good. I really like the community anyway. You know what I mean? If you want to charge for my services, do this. And it's probably like added to his pool. Like you become more of you be consistently promoted. You see what I mean? But here's the thing, man. You got to assume everyone's doing this, friends. Even assume I'm getting paid by everyone. Obviously I'm not, but you have to assume that because that makes you smarter. I don't care about you, what you think of me. I really don't care. I want you to win. Okay, from the bottom of my heart, I want you to win. Because friends, whenever you notice, whenever someone accused me of being a scam on Twitter, everybody always messages me like, whoa, you handle that like such a boss, man. I'm like, just me keeping my cool. Because I'm like, yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Okay, keep calling me a scammer, grifter. You're here for only here for like a few weeks. Of course, all you've seen in crypto is people accepting payments and stuff here and there. Yeah, because 99% of people just don't do this buy low, sell high mantra, which is what everybody knows you should be doing. Don't forget to check out the lottery ticket videos on this event. I have heaps of others I mentioned. I'll be honest, it gets cumbersome. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? I love it all. I've done so many. I'm just, at this point, I'm like, man, I just want to write one ticker and that's it. See you later. You know what I mean? Like, I've got the thesis in my head. I know what it's for. And you don't even really know me. Just play the whole cycle pretty much, friends. And also, let's play some nice, gentle, let's play some cranky music, okay? ETH BTC, friends, the Ethereum ETF. Now, remember this, friends. I have this post. Remember, all these influencers got caught with the SatoshiEVM, all right? Now, here's the thing. Yes, you believe in forgiveness. Yeah, but also, it's going to keep happening worse and worse and bigger. That's what's going to happen, friends. I've already told you videos. My bribes are getting bigger and bigger, I've noticed. Now, it's not like a specific person or point in time. I'm like, oh, I noticed it used to be like $100. Now it's going up to like 10, 20 grand. You know what I mean? Like they're starting to raise it. You know what I mean? They're starting to raise the bribes. The bribes went to $100, then it became like 3 grand, then 5 grand. Just someone hearing rumors about what the thing is and the offering is here and there. So it's because they know, their friends, they know. What happens is the shinier your reputation is, friends, remember, I don't care about reputation. I don't care. I care about you making money and me making money. I don't care about this reputation stuff. That's why I cover contrarian stuff, because everyone keeps calling scam, it's bad, I hate you, okay? Also, euphoria. I'm going to be saying You got to be getting out something. You know what I mean? That's anti-reputation. That's anti-reputation. You're leaving the party. You're not the cool person anymore. The cool person stays at the party and cheers for higher prices, okay? So I'm just here to protect everybody, okay? Friendly reminder not to trust anyone shilling projects on Twitter and YouTube, not even me. In 99.9% of cases, they are given insider access and better prices than us, and they are all paid to dump because they don't hodl like me. Follow me instead and subscribe to. So you have all of these here, all of these out here. So friends, also, I'm just going to show you something, okay? I'm just highlighting this to you. So shout out to Miles, very, very hardworking kid. I just want you to know this is what is on the outskirts of the rest of crypto when you do this, okay? So Miles is here. There's the SatoshiEVM. He's obviously like IDO season, and SatoshiEVM, friends, ended up being like one of just the nasty fake Bitcoin DeFi grift. But then he makes a post, and I'll show you right now. He's got a new watch, a new Patek Philippe watch. Now, of course, friends, I'm telling you, yes, he probably made it from his own YouTubes and sponsorships and all these other things. I'm sure it's not to do with dumping this coin, but in the eyes of the people, this is what they see. They go, oh, wait a minute. Where'd you get this new watch from? Where'd you get the money to dump, like, 20, 30K? Actually, friends, pardon me. I don't think it's 20, 30K. This is 150K. 150K Aussie. So I have this post here. This is the 150K watch. I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know, man. It's just like, hey, buy this coin. Anyway, I'm dumping. That's on-chain words, right? Doesn't tell people. Hey, I just got a new $150,000 watch. I don't know. Oh, man. It's just... Look, you decide. It's the people deciding. I'm just Miles, if you're listening, bro, this is what it comes across. I know, but just let you know, friends. Look, Miles, I found he's 23 years old, so he's really young. He's just... I know young, really kids that age, friends, they're like really impressed by, like, they don't know the richest guy in the room is the guy with holes in his socks walking around. He hasn't showered in a week because he can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Like, that's... they still think like the richest guy in the room is walking around like, yes, I do declare, look at my type of clothing that you can see, friends. I don't know. Yeah. If you just look, friends, there's literally, I'm not going to mention their names, but there are people on Twitter, people have told me stories like they've walked around cities, they've had like $18 million in their ledger, and they walked around homeless. Literally, there's been someone. I don't want to tell their name, bring their attention to them. They don't remember this stuff. Like, yeah, but, like most people don't remember it, or they're just buried in comments or stuff here and there. There was also somebody who, I'm not kidding, like the guy had like 10.5 million in his wallet. His girlfriend kicked him out of his own apartment. He went and stayed at a hostel. He just did, like, he was ordering Uber Eats. He literally looked homeless. He went home. His parents don't even know he's got that much on his wallet. His parents literally think, his parents like gave him rent money pretty much because they don't know that he's got that much money. He couldn't access the thing. He needed the ID and his computer IP or something to go access it. You see what I mean? Like, these are the types of people walking around in society doing that, friends. So please, I'm just going to also tell you, I don't want to see any of you blowing money on stupid stuff in this bull market. You don't do that. Firstly, because you'd be a top signal, you're cursing for the rest of us. And secondly, man, friends, do you understand what you can do, how much damage you can pack on the upside to the bears, right, from this moment on? This is, friends, the earliest 10% we're already in. We're now going to get the next rush of the 30%ers coming in, people coming in to do that. That's that faster moving money. Friends, this is the actual... I know it doesn't feel like it, but this is the best part of crypto because it goes up only. It goes up, makes higher lows. And there's like any FUD that comes, we can fight it off. However, later on, it's going to be like, okay, the prices will be higher. You'll feel more euphoric, but it's not going to be the best part. You know why? Because that part, you're going to be nervous. We're going to be skits every night. We're like, oh my gosh, there's actually a 40% chance that the bull market's over right now. You don't know what to do. It's a coin flip. You know, like you might say, oh, Bitcoin's going to 240. Okay, what if it stops at 160, comes back to 110, and now it's sitting at 120? What are you going to do then? You know what I mean? Maybe your altcoins are like 5x from where you think it is, but you're like, oh my gosh, there's like a 30 to 50% chance that the bull market stopped yet. It doesn't mean it stopped, just means there's an odds. You see what I mean? So it doesn't become necessarily easier as you go further on, friends. In fact, that's why I just tell you, remember, they threw the fake World War III FUD at us. Like, oh, boring. See how easy it is to palm that off. But later, as you discover higher prices, friends, we are walking around with weaker and weaker participants and constituents next to us. You can't trust them, friends. You can't even trust these people to tie their own shoes. But you can trust the cycle, friends. Look at this. I made this scheduled post 29th of November 2022. Okay, I just want to show you what that is. If you go back down, here's actually the bottom here as well, especially for Bitcoin. Okay, 29th November. Okay, look at this. Look at this. There was literally, friends, everybody said there is no reason. Here we go. There is no reason to be bullish on macro. None. Okay, this is what the whole industry looked like. It was literally completely over. All right. The US Fed's bullard. Okay, so bulltard. His name's literally bulltard. We will have to maintain sufficiently high rates throughout 2023 and 2024. Now, normally they call their bluff. Here's the thing, friends. In this case, they weren't bluffing. Most of the time they are. They weren't bluffing with this. They were actually right. But they were just doing it as a psyops for the population to stop spending so much money so fast to get inflation down. And look what happened. Okay, posting this Fed statement of 2024, I'm wondering if they did indeed maintain very high rates throughout 2023 and 2024. Here's the thing. Even if you could see the future and you knew they did maintain the high rates, the market went up anyway. The market went up anyway. You see, they're printing money in the background, friends, all these things. They're going back to normal rates. This is the type of stuff, man. So even if you can predict the rates in the future, doesn't mean you predict the market. Okay, it doesn't mean you predict the market. So just to give you an example, we could be at the end of this bull market. We could be. And then oh my gosh, they have to cut rates. Rates must be lower by like 2% in 12 months. Yeah, you can get the rate cut part right, but the market could still be lower as well. You see what I mean? That could end up happening too. So you always got to be wary of that, friends. It's all about the euphoria next to us. I want to quickly throw this by you as well, friends. So shout out to Eric Bolchers saying, looks like you got a final answer as to whether the corrupt SEC will allow staking. No. So look at the block. It says Fidelity files an amended registration statement removing staking. So this is what I'm saying. Justin, the corrupt SEC, known for being corrupt bug worshippers, some say they're bugs themselves, maintain their status that staking is banned. They are not approving Ethereum staking, but the Ethereum spot ETF is still coming. So that's pretty much what they're trying to do, friends. It's the Joe Biden government. They like got the foot on everybody. They just took it off a bit. They got the foot on everyone's throats. They're like, take it a bit away. So that's it, friends. By the way, I'm not a political show. Never will be. I don't really care, friends. That's it. You got it, friends. All the other boomers and all the other industry, like the oil industry or the cow fart sniffing industry, all these other people, they get bribed by the politicians. Sweet, give us our crypto bribe, man. Give us our bribe. You know, let us play in our imaginary casino. That's what we want. Come have fun here with this Landwolf meme that we found out. This is a real meme that exists on the internet, dancing on the coffins, okay? Carry the coffins of the bears, friends. Don't worry. All these little Jeets, people jeeting out. The community's still strong. Community's still good. That's pretty much what you want to see, man. You want to see, friends, it's not good enough. Okay, you go up. Okay, that's great. But it doesn't tell you anything. It just tells you, all right, people like green candles, which you already knew. What you want to see is these tough times where people grind their teeth and they go back to hustling. Make more memes. Stick around. That's what you want. Stick around. That's what we're here for in the bull market. Now, friends, last thing I want to cover is Bitcoin PUPS. Down. So this is really important, man, because, friends, I was really going against the grain because do you remember, right? As you definitely do remember, Bitcoin had done up only, okay? And Bitcoin and the Bitcoin dominance had done up only. Bitcoin had done all this, and then I noticed these PUPS appear. That's just me. So you want to know what was going through my mind. I'm like, you know what? Bitcoin dominance, you've been running upwards. This is the Bitcoin dominance chart on a weekly super chain. Man, you were up here for 460 days in a row, okay? And Ethereum versus Bitcoin is bleeding super hard. And I'm watching this happen, and I'm thinking, well, it can't be that everybody is stacked on Bitcoin, right? And okay, yes, it is. It is. I'm like, what? Really? Like, there's a cycle. You know all this. For friends, they drink their own Kool-Aid. That's why Bitcoin maxis, they're gonna hold as the ETH BTC ratio because of it as well. And everybody tried to force a narrative on Bitcoin PUPS, which is another Bitcoin altcoin, okay, out here. Just Bitcoin altcoin. Just it is weird. Oh, another JPEG. Okay, you're the crypto punks of it. Friends, here's the thing, man. Just remember this, all right? Look at this chart. So, look. The reason why it was dangerous is because it went up too fast. When you go up too fast, you have people who are just there for momentum. You have people who declare this thing is the crypto punks of Bitcoin or this thing is going to be around forever. They declare it, but that doesn't mean it earned it. Okay? Respect and strength is not given, friends. It is earned. You have to earn it. And yeah, you didn't earn anything when you appear at the final 560 days later alongside racist coins, mind you, with meme coin season on Bitcoin. And everyone's like, yes, Bitcoin DeFi. Friends, you can't do anything on it, man. Friends, you try to use it, it's clunky. There's no bids and offers and stuff. It's all manual transactions. It's just disgusting, friends. Like, it's funny, like, one of these things, friends, just to show you how ridiculous it is. you can't on one of these protocols, if you can't send someone, so if you have like 10,000 of a coin, you can't send someone just 1,000. What you have to do is you have to split the transactions. You have to send it to yourself. So now you have two separate slots, a 9,000 and a 1,000. Okay, then you have the 1,000 to them. And here's the thing, when that person wants to send 500 from that, he has to split it again. Now it becomes, okay, now you have two wallets with 500 each. Now you can send it out. You're looking at this like, dude, I'm serious. This is literally one of their protocols. I'm like, you literally, friends, the definition of taking a skateboard, putting a jet engine blaster on it, and going down the motorway. Okay, when literally the guy next to you is just driving a car. Hey, why don't you just use the car? You know what I mean? Like, you're so anti-car. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it comes down to, all right? Now, this is what's going to happen. Remember I told you Bitcoin season peaked alongside the racist coin narrative. Bitcoin maxis will also suffer as Bitcoin dominance reverses and Ethereum ETF takes spotlight. We can buy Bitcoin altcoins later on when the entire industry has been focusing on altcoins for 6 months more. Fan, this is what literally separates me from the pack. I'm not just saying something is expensive. I'm saying, guess what? You're expensive, but I think you have a price that's too cheap. I think you have conditions when you'll be too cheap, when it will reveal itself to us. And it's probably, I'm just guessing, Ethereum ETF has been here, and it's been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months of everyone touching altcoins, and Bitcoin has been forgotten for like 6, 7 months, hasn't moved in a long time. Everyone's exhausted themselves in altcoins. That's probably the time, like, oh, if there's a Bitcoin return, I wonder if the altcoins on Bitcoin as well. That's where you have to look for the cheap value, but we're nowhere near that. All these things appeared at the top of that. So we got plenty of time. We got to let them all rinse out. By the way, friends, there's no real communities in them. You know, I'm not joking. We might have to make our own community on this Bitcoin stuff because it's too hard for me to find it. Like, they're all just grifter JPEGers out here. But we don't even know. What's even Bitcoin culture? We're going to have to like do some digging. But it's not worth it now because you've been holding the undervalued, oversold altcoins on Ethereum related to Ethereum land. So you don't need to worry about that. That's for the next place. So for now, everything we're doing is pretty much on the right track. As you have to see, Bitcoin PUPS. So it's puppets, these little puppet things. They've declined hard. Too many mainstream influencers tried to force a narrative. That's what you get, friends. They try to force a narrative and the market doesn't want to go there. There you go. Also, Mr. Node saying, so now it's cheap. Yeah, bro. Look, man, I've seen these before. They don't just start swooping around. They got to get forgotten. To become cheap, people stop talking about how trash you are. That's pretty much what ends up happening after you've got these things coming out. But hey, it could still reverse. They could still reverse. Friends, these things are just very expensive. Very expensive. To me, I'm not a JPEG guy either. Make sure you like, subscribe, bell button, catch you soon.